My name is Lisa Machno, and welcome to part 3 of this Grow with Google series. Today's workshop is business email writing, and we will go over how to create a Gmail account, how to choose an effective username for your email address to use for job applications. Once we create that account, we'll go over the Gmail interface, discuss subject line, attaching a resume, and signature lines. So let's begin by opening up your Google Chrome web browser, and in the URL, go to gmail.com. Once you get to the Gmail page, you want to click Create Account and select For Myself because you're setting up a personal email to use for job searching. Even if you already have a personal email, it is important to use a separate email address for your employment search. This looks more professional than using a personal email. The sign-up form will appear and you'll be asked to put your information. So your first and last name. So for this example, I'm just going to use a different name. Okay. Now, when creating an email address to use for job applications, you want to be professional. Avoid using anything cutesy or generic. Some examples of usernames not to use would be catlover123, giggles456. Anything silly or just unprofessional would be just a big no-no when using it for job searching. So you also just want to keep it simple and easy to remember. So the best way to do this would be to use your full name. You can use your full last name, your first name and last name, your first name, middle initial last name, or even first initial last name. Whatever it is you choose to use, it's up to you. So we're just going to go ahead and create a username. And your password should be at least 8 characters, a mixture of letters, numbers, and symbols. The more complex, the better it is. You don't want anybody to be able to guess your password to have access to your account. Okay, once you put in that information, you want to hit Next. Okay, if it accepts your username, it goes through to verify your phone number. And this is just for security purposes. They want to make sure that you are the person setting up this account and not somebody else using your name. So you put in your phone number and then hit Next. Okay, and within seconds they send you a code. So you would go to your phone, they're going to text you a verification code. So you want to make sure you put your mobile number in that landline. So you put the code in and hit Verify. Okay, once that goes through, you have another form that pops up. Your phone number is optional, and your recovery email address is also optional, but I would recommend putting in one or both. This way, if you ever forget your password, Google will send you a code either to your phone or to your email address to help you reset it and gain access. Okay, so you can choose to put those in if you'd like. Put in your date of birth. And speaking of date of birth, it's also important to remember while you're creating your username, you don't want to add numbers. You don't want to use your date of birth. No special characters. Like I said before, just keep it simple. Okay, and select your gender. Okay, next step, you'll want to accept Google's privacy and terms. So you want to hit Agree when you scroll down to the bottom. Okay, and once you complete the sign-up process, you have now created your Gmail account and you'll have access. So sometimes it takes a few seconds to load. So here's your Gmail account. Congratulations, you just created it. So let's briefly go over the interface. This is where you view your inbox, you can manage your contacts, mail settings, and so much more. So you have on the left-hand side inbox, starred, snooze, sent drafts, and more. You can also start a Google Meet. You can schedule a meeting, you can join a meeting, you can chat with any of your contacts who are online at the time. You can manage your contacts by simply just clicking on this little icon over here, the little square icon, and that'll bring you to all of your settings. Okay, so we're going to discuss how to compose an email. Say you're ready to send an email to apply for a job. So once you hit this compose button with the plus sign, a little box will come up. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Okay. So recipients, that is the person you are sending the email to. You always want to make sure that you have the hiring manager's name, whoever is in charge of accepting job applications. You want to have their contact information and full name, and you want to address them in the body of the letter. The more personal it is, the better. So you could put their email address here, and then your subject line. You always want to have a subject line, and make sure that when you write one, you make it clear as to which job you're applying for. Your subject line should list the job, and it's that way so the person who receives it know which job you want, and you can even include your name in there, just so it's super clear that you are applying for this position. Okay, so that's what goes in the subject line. The next section is the body of your email. You can write your cover letter in the body of the email. Sometimes it's easier for the hiring managers to read instead of having to open up all these different attachments. They just open up your email and they can start reading your cover letter. And there should really be about 2 to 3 short paragraphs. Should be just straight to the point, who you are, why you're applying. And you want to make sure to properly format and check for any spelling or grammatical errors. Okay, so that's what that goes in here. And the next step will be to attach your resume. Okay, you should already have this saved on your computer or to a flash drive, so that all you have to do is go down here and click on the paperclip icon. Okay, once you click that, a little box will pop up with a list of files. You select your, we'll use this. You select your file, your resume from the list, and hit open. And you'll watch it shows it's loading, and once it has loaded, it will turn a bold blue. So that just indicates that it has attached and it is ready to be sent. Okay. And before sending, what I would recommend doing is add a signature line. A signature line is basically your name, your full name, and your contact information. So you can put your email address and you can put your phone number, and this just helps the recipient to find your contact information. Yes, it will be on your resume, but it will be easier, sometimes if they can look right after reading the body of your email, it will be directly below it. So to do this, there's a little pen here. You can click on Manage Signatures. Okay, and this will take you can minimize this if you like. So you can write in here your first and last name. So let's for this one, Jane Doe, her email address, gmail.com, and then phone number. Okay, now you can select this box, only send a response to people in my contacts if you'd like. You can even change the formatting. You can change the font. Say if you wanted to make it, a little bit more fancy, you can change the size. If you want to make it bigger, bold. I wouldn't recommend getting too crazy. Again, you want it to be professional, so simple the better. And then once you're done, you can save changes. And the next time you go to write your email, it will be on the bottom of your letter that you composed. Okay, so again, once you're done, you hit send. And it's always good practice to send a test copy to yourself. So in the recipient line, instead of putting in the hiring manager right away, put in your email address, send it to yourself. It's just one final way to proofread everything and make sure all the attachments go through. Can't hurt. Okay, and the last thing I want to go over with you today is linking email accounts. Gmail gives you the option to link your personal or any other email account you have to your Gmail. If this is something you'd like to do, you would start with clicking, let's see, on the gear icon right here, and then you want to go to the Accounts tab. Okay, so let's click the gear icon. So yeah, you can click the Accounts tab, and then you want to scroll down to check mail for other accounts. Gmail is really great. They have a support center, so as you're looking for, going through your settings, they'll give you links to explain how to do things. So if you're interested in linking your other accounts to this Gmail address, you can do so, and you can search, and Gmail will help you learn how to do that. Also, you can reach out to the library, you can email us, you can go on our website, you can call the library, and we will be happy to help you. We have a Book a Librarian service, which is now virtual for the time being, so again, we'd be very happy to help you. And that concludes today's business email writing workshop. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed it.